Hello everybody from Plant Reviews UK. Today is the 3rd of April and this beautiful little orchid species, Oncidium cheirophorum, is blooming. I can't really take credit of the blooming of this beautiful orchid because I received the plant already in spike, so it just kept developing its flowers in my care, but it was a really nice surprise that when I got this plant I had already a flower spike. The plant that I'm showing you in the garden, of course, doesn't really live in the garden, in my garden, because I live in the UK, so in winter it's definitely too cold for this plant. But today is spring, as you can see. I have some tulips as well blooming, and it's a beautiful sunny day. So I thought to show you this orchid in sunlight, because I think its gorgeous flowers are really resplendent in the sunlight, and definitely you would appreciate them even more with the natural light. I'm sorry for the background noise. Somebody evidently is using a saw to cut some trees. I mean, it's also pruning time as well, so I absolutely understand. The Oncidium cheirophorum is a plant that is an orchid species that lives in Central America, from Mexico to Panama, but it also distributed in Colombia as well. It's one of the parents of a famous Oncidium hybrid, famous for its fragrance, called Oncidium Twinkle, and the other parent is another beautifully scented Oncidium, as far as I know, because unfortunately I don't know the other species, the other parent of the Oncidium Twinkle, that is called Oncidium sotoanum. However, I'm very happy of this one, the cheirophorum, because it's a plant that I really struggle to get, because it is not particularly common, but every now and then is available at orchid sellers online. I never seen this plant available for sale in shops or in garden centers. The sotoanum, I think, has a scent kind of vanilla-like, according to the description, the usual descriptions I read, but this one is famous because its flowers are citrus scented. They're scented like citrus. The flowers are pretty tiny. They are, I mean, I can show you, they are smaller than my fingernail, really. And I have to say, obviously, the plant itself is quite small. It's a dwarf species. You can see the pseudobulbs are about, I would say, 4 or 5 centimeters in diameter at the most, maybe not even 5 for the biggest pseudobulb. And I received this plant mounted. Now, I don't think that in my environment mounted orchids do extremely well, especially Oncidium, that's really need their roots generally to be kept quite moist. So I think I will pot this one in moss, because to me the pseudobulb look a little bit shriveled already, and I really want to make this plant recover, especially for the blooming. Even if the flowers are tiny, you can see they are produced in a kind of abundance. I've seen specimens on Oncidium cheirophorum that, even if still quite small, they can produce really dozens of flowers, and the display is absolutely amazing. The color of these tiny yellow flowers, as you can see, is bright yellow. And about the scent, I heard and found different description. Now, it is for some people the scent is very strong and overpowering. Some other people instead say that this species is a light scent. To me, obviously, it depends by the size of the plant. The flowers themselves are small, so if the plant is young, you will not be able to get much of a scent around. However, even in this species, I found that on some days, like especially after watering or when it's very sunny, and there's a lot of light, the scent is more powerful. However, I'm not able to get really a whiff walking around in the room where this plant is, I really need to be quite close to the plant. It might be because the plant is still young and there's only 2 spikes, even if it's not the first blooming, because as you can see, this one is a spike produced by the same plant possibly last year. And I don't think the plant itself has a light scent. I think it's for bigger plants can really produce a more intense scent. About the type of scent, again, the type of scent is often described as citrus, but when I smell it, it's not like a citrus scent like you would expect on some cattleyas that to me smell more like citrus or citrus flowers. This one I found quite astounding, because this is the first Oncidium or Oncidium-like group that smells exactly like a Nelly Eiler. That is a completely different orchid, still in the Oncidium family, but with beautiful bright red flowers and actually quite big as well. But the scent similarity is incredible. They have the same kind of chemical citrus scent, like I don't know, a lemon bleach, but also a bit pungent. So it's not really a scent that I enjoy 100%. It is a little bit of pungent, it's difficult to say, like a pungent and peppery as well, a little bit like a brassia flowers that are also in the Oncidium alliance. So it might be that this kind of chemical citrus scent is present on other species of Oncidium. About the Nelly Eiler, I'm not too sure if this one is one of the ancestors of the Nelly Eiler. If it is, might be a very, very remote ancestor, because the flowers of the Nelly Eiler do not resemble at all Oncidium cheirophorum. But I know that in the Nelly Eiler, in orchid roots, there's some ancestors that were not able to be traced back, so maybe one of the ancestors might be cheirophorum. But I have to say that considering the kind of display and also the very small size of the orchid, I can definitely recommend this one as orchid for to keep as houseplant on a windowsill. Maybe wouldn't recommend it as to beginners. This is actually the second plant I got, or maybe the third. I think I got one several years ago. All of them were mounted and all of them died, so the other 2. So I hope this one I will definitely, but I keep them mounted. That's the reason why I want to keep this one in a pot. I will put it in moss, because I think really this plant need a kind of quite a good moisture around the roots, as in general Oncidiums are. And this one in particular, being so small, I don't think really can withstand long periods of drought if I, for example, forget to water the orchids. It's not like, for example, an Erangis or an Aerides or Vanda as well. They can, even if you keep them bare rooted or mounted, they can still quite stand some periods of drought. You can see the roots are very tiny, they are nowhere like a Vanda or an Aerides, so really they can very easily very easily lose moisture. About the growing condition, we will say keep it in bright indirect light, but definitely not in direct sunlight, because regardless of the place I am shooting this video now at home, I keep it far from the windowsill in a south-facing window, and so far I think it's doing very well. The leaves are nicely bright green. And if you are like, if you have a medium experience with orchids, I think this is a really gorgeous orchid to keep, and especially because the scent is so peculiar and so similar to an Nelly Eiler as well, that if you like to collect orchids or plants in general for fragrance, I think you really will enjoy this plant. As usual, if you want any other, if you want to ask me any question, please let me know, and I will be very happy to answer them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course, if you like this video and the other videos on my channel, would be great if you can please subscribe to help expanding this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.